Here is a look at the emini S&P for Friday, November the 4th, 2011. Well, the market had that big move up yesterday. These are the market profiles. This is what occurred yesterday. This is what occurred today. So we had a pretty good size range yesterday, as you can see. Stayed within it overnight, dipped a little bit, opened here in the regular trading hours, and then had a dip down here. We had an area around 37 as likely support. The market dipped to 34 and change, so came right into that support area, then worked its way higher and made new highs to finish off the day. So, we ended up with a week that obviously sold off and then had a bit of a bounce. So it really remains to be seen, if the sell-off that we had was all that important. It appears that it wasn't. It appears that we're still within the intraday up move. This week we did come down and give that 12.15 a really good test. Then again, if the market were to turn around and come back down and trade below it, that obviously would be very bearish, and then we would switch our intraday buys to the short side. But for the time being, we're still intraday bias long, and we'll continue to have that preference until it can actually hold below 12.15. Here's the market profiles from the regular trading hours, and we also use them in our analysis. Here are our trades for today, and you can see that our trades are shown with the short trade is a down red arrow with a dashed red line. There's a couple of examples right here. The up trade or long trade is an up blue arrow with a dashed blue line, as you can see here. Each trade is also identified in text right below there and above there, as you can see. So, for example, on these trades, you can see that this trade, we knew we wanted to get short at this time, but we weren't filled until over here, and then the market dropped. This trade here, we actually ended up getting filled here, although a lot of our traders would not have taken that, because when the market gets to within a tick of our entry, just like it did here, they would stand aside on a trade like that. This trade made a little bit more sense just because the market had still traded quite a bit into our rejection area, whereas here it had traded a lot above it and then just came down and touched it and then was working its way higher. So there was good reason not to take that second trade, but those were our first two trades for the day. Our third trade was up in here. You can see the up blue arrow filled us here. It did move to our first objective and then turn around, so break even on that. We had a short trade in here. The entry was right here. When it happens on the next bar, you don't see the dashed line. So that was triggered right in here. We didn't take that trade because of the green filter, and we are in an intraday up auction. A little bit different with this trade here. This trade here was pretty late in the session. I think it was like 12 minutes before the top of the hour, so under most circumstances we would not take that trade, but it did move nicely. It came in immediately. I think it moved, what was it, 2.5 points in our favor. This trade was not taken, even though it did have the red filter. The reason being, though, because we're intraday up and we weren't really at any kind of known barrier. The only barrier that we were close to was the 45 area, which is, we're selling just above it, so, didn't really want to consider that. So those are the trades that we ended up with today. We had the 3 trades here, and then the other 3 that, 1, 2, 3 that were not taken, that actually worked out pretty good too. So our software does follow the auction in a very kind of sensitive way. It actually gives us more trades than we want. That's why we look at the intraday directional bias and of course analysis to determine that is from the market profiles. And then we also look at what our software is indicating in the daytime frame, and for that we use our filter down here. So we have a filter for the intraday bias, and that's the one that you're looking at right here, this filter down in here. And then of course we have the intraday directional bias that we determine and post on our members website every day, and that's on obviously the day-to-day analysis of the market. So anyway, that'll be it for this week. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and we will see you again on Monday.